Good morning. We're back with another episode of the Morning Sports Session. And always, we're going to bring to you today the same 4 segments, but with different topics. And in those topics, today we're going to discuss the Heisman hopeful candidates, Floyd promoting the fight between him and McGregor, and our top 5 greatest black athletes of all time. All coming to you today on the Morning Sports Session. Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Morning Sports Session. I'd like to introduce myself, Big Ray, with my colleagues Denzel, Jarrell, and Patrick. And today, like each and every other day, we're going to start off with the first big. And today on the first big, we're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick finally getting a support system. Denzel, I'd like you to start it out today.
Gosh, where do I sign up? I need to know, and as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know, because I'm sure you guys are going to want to sign up too.
Definitely.
I mean, Spike didn't set up the protest, but he fully supports it, and he is in full support of Kaepernick, which is, at this point, it was needed, man. We needed someone to actually come out and stand up for him. It was ridiculous.
Huge follow like Spike Lee.
Yeah, dude. I mean, 70% of our league, man, is made up of African Americans or minorities, you know what I mean? But 100% of it, 100% of the ownership is made up of Caucasians, and that's what needs to be addressed. It's not fair. No. What's going on to Colin Kaepernick, him being blackballed? I mean, he tried, he stood up for something he believed in, and something that they're gonna have to do something about, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I'm excited. I seen that the Giants owner said that Colin Kaepernick is not being blackballed, and he thinks that Kaepernick will be on the team this year, and he should be on the team. I just want to know, like, all these owners that say this, all the management, they say this. Why aren't you signing him? You believe that he's good enough to have a job. He should be in the league. He's going to be in the league. Why aren't you signing him? I understand the Giants have a stable situation with Eli. Yeah. Who's your backup? Better than Colin Kaepernick? I mean, so what's your excuse? And I mean, I don't see anybody with a real valid excuse, and it's good. It's great now that people are going to come support him.
Exactly. Because like you said, people are talking about it. It's great to finally see somebody do something about it.
Exactly. Well, like Pat said, it seems like all the owners are trying to pass the baton off to someone else. Someone's going to sign him. Someone's going to, like you said. And there are so many teams that need a quarterback. Statistically, I'm sick of people saying it. Colin, all he did wrong was take a knee. Statistically, he's better than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. Regardless of what anyone says, statistics show that he can manage a game and possibly win a game better than a lot of quarterbacks on rosters.
And on August 23rd at the NFL headquarters, it will be going down because I'm sure there will be a lot of people out there standing behind Spike Lee, whoever's there. What other any other celebrities that'll be there? They will be standing there in support, screaming. Thousands of people. This is not going to be taken lightly.
Voices will be heard.
Good,
exactly.
You know me. Go Cats.
Spike will be in there deep. I'm excited to see exactly how big it's going to be.
I would like to see a lot of other NFL players.
I was about to say how many stars show up. I seen the other day a suggestion that the NFL players should boycott, not play until Colin Kaepernick gets a job, if they really think he gets a job that much. Exactly. I agree. That's too radical. Okay. I don't think they should do that.
I think that's
but should the NFL players be there?
Yes.
On August 23rd?
Yes.
Be there in support?
But that's the whole thing.
But you see now, I don't mean to cut you off, but like, stuff like that is what makes the people on the outside, like the fans, like, do we not let our kids play sports play football anymore down the line? You know what I mean? Like, all of us right here, when we have children, they will, God willing, if they're boys, obviously, they will be black men. You know what I mean? And no matter their complexion, they will have to go out into the world and feel comfortable within this world. It's 2017, and a black man coming out and standing up for something he believes in is still not it's still not welcome.
It's costing him his job.
Exactly, and I don't want, as a dad, I wouldn't want to have to teach my kid that. I wouldn't want him to have to be like, I'm not going to play football because my dad taught me that, or told me about Colin Kaepernick not being able to play or voice his opinion. It's ridiculous.
And I also didn't want my kids to grow up not trusting the police, not trusting the system.
No, and that's what people don't realize, that there is an issue at hand. There's been an issue at hand. He's not just taking a knee for no reason.
It's much more than just the fact that he's a good football player too.
Exactly.
He is a good football player. He should be on the field, but what he stood up for and what he stands for is way greater than football.
Because everyone wants to sit here and say that he's not this, he's not that. I mean, he had a mediocre year, but he was on one of the worst teams in football. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? We talked about it yesterday. What's mediocre? His stats are still there.
Exactly.
He's still a Super Bowl quarterback. Might not be a Super Bowl winning
Been to a Super Bowl.
I
don't understand where people are just automatically saying he's not a good football player. Yeah, he makes his turnovers. What quarterback who takes chances doesn't?
Barely though.
But exactly, barely. I mean, he's just, I don't know.
I mean, he's not gonna go out there and throw for 4,000 yards in a season. But you don't need him to do that.
No, you need him to manage.
Last year in San Francisco is the worst team. That defense was horrible.
Why don't the Jets have him? We talked about it.
I'm sick of naming teams that aren't picking it. There are teams that need him, and they continue.
I'm not even going to dismantle the Jets again. It's not even worth it.
Colin, congratulations. Someone finally decided to stand up for you. Spike, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks,
thank you, honestly.
You needed it.
Next up, man, me, this is a good topic for me because, we produce them. Heisman predictor for the preseason.
It was tough, bro. I had to keep your boys out of there.
Man, I gotta be honest. I don't have no ties on the list.
It's understandable.
How y'all want to do this? We just going 3? I'm gonna say my number one front runner for the Heisman watch, of course, is my boy DeAndre Francois, sophomore year. I'm telling you, Francois, freshman year, he led all freshman quarterbacks with 3,350 yards. Okay, his touchdown to interception ratio 20-7.
25-7 if you include the rushing touchdowns.
I was going to say with 5 rushing touchdowns.
Exactly.
Thank you. So I mean, he's my favorite right now. Yeah, I might be a little biased. I'm a Florida State fan, but we'll see how that goes. I repeat, you cannot forget about last year's Heisman winner, Lamar Jackson.
They do. They did lose a lot of talent, but
They have him.
They have him.
He is the talent.
Bro, he had over 5,000 yards total last year. 51 touchdowns.
51 touchdowns.
He can get it done. I mean,
and like you said, what's their schedule looking like?
Dude,
Florida State and Clemson look like the only decent teams that are on there.
Exactly. So I mean, if they can produce
but at the same time, how much does the committee weigh that?
You're right. You're also right.
But I mean, did they have a tough schedule last year? I'm not sure if they did.
Yeah,
But they had some losses they shouldn't have taken. They had a lot
of
of losses that they shouldn't have taken, and he still got it. So
they lost.
He won't have the same numbers though.
You know what I mean? They lost to Kentucky.
But also at the same time, no disrespect, it was a weaker field last year.
It was. This is the quarterback year. I'm telling you. That goes with my other Heisman. My guy on the Heisman watch list, Sam Darnold, quarterback, USC. You guys know he's a sophomore coming in, possibly a number 1 draft pick if he comes out this year. I mean, he went 9-1 once he took the starting job in mid-September. I mean, you can't ask for more. He was a true freshman last year. He comes in ready to go this year. I feel like he's going to be.
See, now I agree with you. I have him on my list in my top 3 too. But the thing is about them, if USC at any point in the season starts losing games or doesn't look like the team that they're supposed to look like, I believe that the win-loss factor for him is the most important factor for him to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
Like, USC has to be almost undefeated, get to the playoffs.
Probably do need to be undefeated.
Yeah, they need for him to win.
Yeah.
Because there's so much talent out there right now, like that quarterbacks can run the ball and score so many touchdowns in so many other ways, I should say.
Yeah.
Obviously with their feet, that like...
Sam Darnold might be the best NFL ready quarterback, but is he the best college football player? I mean, the best, in my mind, arguably the greatest college football player of all time, Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
What is he in the NFL? I mean, it's a whole different breed. Yeah. Winning Heismans in college is different.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on that. It takes more.
Let me see y'all's 3.
First, give me your dark horse first.
My dark horse, Saquon Barkley. That's the only running back I had on my list. Saquon is a monster, and I just have faith in him leading the Penn State way. I really do.
He
Truly
picked
do.
Saquon Barkley as my dark horse.
Dude,
I'm gonna go ahead.
Have to be in my top 3, but
Yeah,
About
that's
to be
what I
your
was.
top 3. I'm gonna go ahead and say Saquon Barkley is my number 1.
there it is.
Heisman
Okay.
Trophy
Yeah.
prediction. He is a beast. 1,800 yards last year from scrimmage. First in the Big Ten. Also first in the Big Ten in total touchdowns. Receivers, it doesn't matter. 22 touchdowns, 18 rushing touchdowns, also tops, and second in rushing yards, 1,500 in the Big Ten.
Stats.
He's a beast. He's a beast. I mean, he's a sophomore last year, true sophomore. What's he gonna do this year? I mean, he's only going to get better.
He still has Trace to balance out the attack.
Exactly. He has McSorley, so you can never load up 9 in the Bucks against him. And it's not even like I like Trey that I don't like McSorley that much, but he can throw a deep ball.
Yeah.
He could definitely throw a deep ball.
You know
you're not going to stack the box against Barkley. They have a balanced attack. Seen what he did in the Rose Bowl last year. I mean,
Yeah.
200 yards.
What about you, Denzel?
Animal.
So, I mean, you guys already hit on all mine. I'm not going to lie. DeAndre was my number 1. Saquon was going to be my number 2. Sam Darnold was going to be my number 3. But my dark horse, though, now see, where I come in with this one, last year he finished 6th in the race for the Heisman. Jake Browning, now, he did lose Ross, obviously, to the NFL. Well, who did he go to in the league?
Bengals.
Oh, yeah, to the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's in your division.
So-
But Jake Browning, obviously, they lost him, but they recruited. They got 3 new elite freshmen coming in, receivers. And to me, if they can get through their schedule and actually produce like they did last year and get to the playoffs, which we didn't expect from them last year, they can do that again, and he can have the same type stats. He had over 300 yards, over 25 touchdowns, or 33 touchdowns, I think it was actually. I believe that he can actually get back in the Heisman race. So we're going to see where that goes.
Hey, I mean, I like all those predictions.
Doing this.
Real quick, Will Greer, West Virginia dark horse.
Jalen Hurts is soft. SAWF.
He's going to be in the Heisman race to watch.
Six and a Florida.
He's going to be in the race. But anyway, hey, it's time for our next segment of the day, the burn round. Hey man, we got a little bit of football action going on now.
I'm excited.
Are y'all ready?
Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
My boy Cam ain't playing.
It's all right.
It's
all right. You know
it's all right.
The
The Panthers said that they're going to try to get him out there. They're going to get him out there at preseason at some point. They said they're not worried at this point about his shoulder. It's just precautionary. He's not going to play his first game. Savage is going to start.
Savage is going to start.
Savage is going to start over Watson. I mean, like I said, this is for now. This is for now. I don't think this is set.
See, I'm looking most forward to Christian McCaffrey and Curtis Samuel, and I was
me too.
Deshaun too.
So who you guys got winning?
I'm gonna go Texans.
I got to go Carolina.
I'm gonna go Texans.
I got Carolina too.
Deshaun's gonna come in late.
Deshaun's
Hey, Deshaun's gonna come in
for
late.
Deshaun,
But McCaffrey's gonna shine. I think.
Sorry.
I think he's gonna.
I think he is too.
He's gonna show
I think
his talent.
Deshaun's gonna win the game.
Definitely.
They got a lot of young weapons in Carolina. A good little preseason team. I like to
Hey,
see.
this is just good to have some football back.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. NBA, they want to cut back-to-back games.
I mean, go ahead. No, you can go ahead first.
This is a great thing. I mean, to try to avoid some of the resting.
Yeah,
They're eliminating 4
but,
games in 5 nights all again.
I was gonna say, do you think it has anything to do with LeBron and all the superstars resting?
I mean, this is the pop rule.
Yep.
Exactly.
This is the pop rule.
And this is the NBA's way to actually try to
eliminate that.
no, not even to eliminate it, but to try to give the NBA players a reason not to sit out.
Yeah,
You
they'll
know,
have
this
the
is-
rest instead.
Yeah, it's not eliminated, but at least give them a reason to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's important, especially in all. I mean, they don't. If they end up sitting out a couple more of their home games, but the away games, they should be there.
Yeah, main thing, national televised games.
You got
Star players got to be on the court.
Yep.
At the same time,
Plus for the fans. too,
period.
you know
Point
how that
blank. I
goes.
want to see stars on the court. Period. If I pay for a ticket,
That's
I
what
take a trip to go see my favorite player, and he doesn't play. Come on.
He did.
Yeah.
Good job with the NBA. That's what's different between NBA and the NFL. They take steps to improve their mistakes.
Yes, they
Good job,
do.
Adam
Yes, they do.
Next, Josh Rosen. Football and school don't go together.
Did you hear what he said about Bama?
Dude, I mean, dude.
He said, "Let's raise the SAT scores and see how successful Bama is."
Bro,
like first off,
you're a hater.
Did you guys know?
Hold on, bro. To me, he deserves this. Are you missing the big point here? Because I think he missed the big point, bro. A lot of guys don't go to college to play in the NFL, bro. They use football to get there
for school,
for the education. So even at Bama, there's people that don't go to the NFL from Bama.
They have no student debt, I should say.
Yeah, but they earned it from playing football.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
But what are they using after they're done?
Their degree.
The degrees. And that's what's most important. I think I'm not trying, him too, most importantly, he's missing the big point. And that's what Cardell Jones did when he was a freshman. Yeah. When he was a freshman, he came in and said the same kind of thing. And then 4 years later, when he was walking, he had on his cap, I once was the guy that said, or something like along those lines, I was the guy that said not that football wasn't as important as school was. Yeah. And his mind is completely changed, bro.
See,
so
I can see that, but also I also saw pictures. He has a hot tub in his room. I mean, let's talk. He's privileged at school. He's not. Really, it's not like he's going through some struggle right now.
No, but that's why. But I will say,
it's ridiculous.
We all know. We all know being an athlete in college it is a full-time job.
Yes,
I agree. It's a full-time job. School is a full-time job. So that's 2 full-time jobs at the same time.
If you can't do, no one's forcing you to play football, man.
Yeah, stop hating on my man's team.
No one's forcing you to play football.
Tell him to stop hating on your team, bro.
Hey, he's recognizing greatness. That's how I look at it, man. Hey, next up, it's been 25 years since the gold medal team.
Dream team.
The Olympic dream team. Denzel.
So, when we talk about the Olympic dream team, we talk about the 2012 team also. And I'm sorry, guys. As much as I love LeBron, Jarrell, I'm going to have to go with the 92 team. I'm going to have to go with them. They had the better point guard. They had the better power forwards.
Big
LeBron
man.
is the best small forwards on both teams, but they had the best centers also, in my opinion.
Yeah, Kobe too, bro.
Who? We had
2012.
2012 had Kobe, but they had...
I know exactly. So could you imagine? Let's talk about them really playing. Could you imagine MJ and Kobe lined up
against each other?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's really talk it.
But I'm saying, but he has John Stockton and Magic Johnson, and then you give him David Robinson and Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, and then he has Larry Bird and.
I mean, Braun had
dude from the Warriors.
Chris Mullin.
Oh, dude, don't forget about
never forget.
Don't forget about.
Never forget about. Everybody hates Christian Laettner.
Oh,
come on.
Patrick, yours.
Chris, I don't think he
was a young boy. He was a young boy on that team, straight out of Duke.
I'm just saying, Braun, KD, Kobe, Chris Paul, Russie, and James Harden stand a chance.
Absolutely not.
I love
92 Dream Team had weak competition.
They did. Okay, but Michael Jordan and them will still get it done.
Hey. Next up, Floyd chopping it up with Stephen A.
That wasn't bad. I mean, what I got out of that was pretty much what we all expected. Floyd kind of discrediting himself, trying to hype up Conor, trying to sell tickets.
Dude,
I heard the ticket sales are pretty bad.
He's hyping this up for one reason: pay-per-view sales. Yeah. That's what it's all about to him. I mean, he said on paper it looks like him and Conor. Connor's actually looks better than him on paper.
Just because he's bigger, his reach is longer.
Floyd Mayweather, the most confident man I've just about ever seen, said he's gifted, younger, bigger. I lean towards Conor on paper. Come on
now.
When has Floyd ever
credited himself? I mean, you're doing a good job. We all know a lot of people are going to see this and, Conor's going to win. Therefore, you're doing your job, Floyd. You're selling the pay-per-view.
The money team is going to get rich.
People are buying it.
Yeah, the money team are going to buy it.
Exactly.
Listen to Floyd if y'all want to. You know I'm taking all bets. You know what I'm saying? So come find me. Up. Next up, it's getting hot in here, fellas. You know what that means? The Blaze Point.
All right, get it.
This is actually a good Blaze Point for you guys today. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 black greatest athletes of all time.
So recently, the Undisputed did a poll, and they asked people to rank the top 50 greatest black athletes of all time. We disagree with a lot of things on the list. No, not everything, but a lot of things. I mean, it was a poll of just regular people, so I mean, you're gonna get what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But my top 5, I'm gonna go backwards. Number 5, LeBron James. Now, don't kill me for this.
I'm not gonna kill you. I can't even believe I had to leave him off mine.
LeBron getting in here is hard, but you have to understand what he did for our generation. LeBron's one of 2 people from our generation on this list, and it's impressive what he did. Him and Steph Curry, and Steph Curry doesn't belong in the same breath as LeBron James when it comes to what he did for the black community, and he's the only superstar on the list from the internet era. What he did for us is amazing compared to his colleagues. You know, he there's no way he could go make a stand like Muhammad Ali made. He can't do that. Nobody does. But LeBron has done more than any other athlete. LeBron has done more than any other athlete around him, so he deserves there. He deserves to be there.
Yeah, number 4 on your list?
LeBron.
We'll talk about Muhammad later. Number 4, Michael Jordan.
Not mine.
It's hard putting him at number 4, not higher, but...
Bro, he paid for prisons.
Michael Jordan has some flaws. He has a lot of character flaws. This is why I got his impact on society is not as high as it should be.
Yeah.
Because of that. He's very inspirational. I mean, his story is amazing. Getting cut for the high school team, it's a Cinderella story to be the greatest basketball player of all time, but a better story about by Jerry Rice, 3rd greatest. Jerry Rice, better story to be.
Why is that? I couldn't figure out why.
D2 from a historically black college, Division II, Mississippi Valley State, to be the greatest football player of all time.
I understand.
The greatest football player of all time. I mean, he has the records in. He has a record of receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and receptions. I mean, that's pure dominance. That is pure dominance. So why I have him as the most dominant in his sport, period.
I understand.
And that's what got him the nod, number 3. Number 2, Jackie Robinson. Without Jackie, none of this happens, obviously.
Yeah.
Which is why you had to pay respect to Jackie. He wasn't the most dominant. Out of anybody I just named, he was the least dominant in his sport. But what he did for us,
and what he went through,
it's ridiculous. We wouldn't be here without Jackie. So hats off to Jackie, obviously. Number 2, number 1. Like I said, we'll get back to him. Muhammad Ali.
Oh wow, okay. I was wondering where you got this coming in. Okay.
I got him as the 2nd most dominant, the 2nd biggest impact on society, and the 2nd biggest inspiration. Then just average across the board, he puts him at number 1.
See, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I wasn't. Gonna cut you off. I know Muhammad's great.
Muhammad's great.
I got him on my list. Oh, no, he's on my list. I got him. He's on my list.
You go ahead and talk about Muhammad, the great Cassius Clay.
So, see, I mean, if we're gonna go backwards, I got number 5. I gotta throw Jesse Owens in there. It was hard because I wanted to put LeBron in there, obviously, as big as a LeBron fan
Jesse
I am.
In there.
But what he did, bro, he gave us the greatest 45 minutes, delivered the greatest 45 minutes in sports ever. That's what they call it. You know what I mean? What he did when he won the 100 meter and the 200 meter, and he stood there on a stand and stood up for us.
Yeah.
It's something that people from generations and generations and generations and all across this country.
That picture is iconic.
They will never forget it. So obviously he had to be in my top 5. Then we're gonna go. Muhammad Ali came in at number 4. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I understand why you put him at number 1, but me putting him at number 4 isn't a knock to him either. I mean, what he did for us, aside from all the boxing accolades, he forever changed the role of activism, athletic activism. I mean, we've been talking about Cap the last couple of days, and he was the first guy that actually stood up for something he believed in, and even was willing to go to jail, change his name, all over something that they didn't think was right then, and he believed in. So, like, obviously, I understand where you're coming from.
And to this day, nobody has ever used their star to stand up like Muhammad Ali.
You're right, and I appreciate him for everything that he did.
Something that we wish more people would do,
But the next person I'm going to get to, number 3 on my list, is I think someone me and Joel are going to actually agree on here, is Serena Williams. 23 Grand Slams, most winningest female athlete ever. I mean, what she did for her sport is transcendent, considering the fact nobody. I mean, I'm not gonna say nobody before her was as good as a. No, actually, I'm gonna say it. Yeah. Nobody before her was as good as a tennis player that she is, and what she did for the black community. Obviously, being the greatest tennis player in a predominantly white sport, it's amazing, dude. So I'm gonna have to put her number 3 on my list. I was actually putting her a female on my list was actually surprising to me, but her stats are there. Number 2, I'm actually gonna go. It's kind of funny, but I'm gonna go with Magic Johnson because, yeah, I mean, he did obviously on November 7th, 1991, come out and tell everyone that he had HIV and stuff. But after that, he's still alive and he survived, and he's just I think probably the greatest survivor story ever.
Inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, he's number 1 on inspiration if we're gonna go with the calculations that you use. He's gonna be number 1 inspiration to me because he showed anyone that, like, no matter what goes on, even in the worst, in the darkest hours,
you can shine.
You can shine, dude. So, like, to me, I had to put Magic at number 2, but my number 1, like you mentioned him before. Jackie Robinson, he broke the color barrier, and like none of these guys would have been here if it wasn't for him. So, I mean, as far as sports in general, I have to tip my hat off to Jackie Robinson and thank him on camera, obviously, because what Jackie did for all of us and for all of them was the most crucial thing. Yeah.
I feel you. Y'all touched great points. So I'm gonna make it short and sweet. You actually make me want to. You make me regret putting Serena at 5. You know, because it made me double think. Like, you gotta think she was from Compton, came to glory, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Top of the sport. What she's done for black females, man.
In a predominantly white sport.
Yes, it's amazing. 4, I got Jerry Rice. Like you said, best football player of all time. He's just record breaker. No one's gonna touch his records. They're untouched. Michael Jordan at 3.
I had to leave him off my.
I had to put him lower, but I also had to put him in the middle. So. He pretty much, you got to think, when we were kids, everybody wanted to be like Mike. Everybody wanted to play basketball with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, man. Like, you know, title winner, game winner, don't matter. MJ got to be up there. But I agree with the whole paying for prisons and stuff. Like, he's not as great of a person as everyone thinks. Sorry, Mike. 2, Muhammad Ali. Yeah. I had to go Muhammad Ali with the 2. I mean, he changed the game. He was able to talk crap to anybody. He made talking crap to people the thing to do in sports. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, he was writing diss tracks. He was writing diss tracks to the media, like, early in their career. Like,
he was, you're right.
Back in the day. And one, of course, it got to be Jackie. Jackie paved the way for everybody. I mean, I'm a baseball fan, so I'm biased, but he paved the way for everybody. Yeah. Just an inspiration. He was nice at baseball. Like, I don't know.
Not even just being nice at baseball. The fact that he was there.
But I'm going to throw this in there just because. You gotta respect Bo Jackson.
Definitely.
Okay.
Everybody wanted to be like Bo. He's a 2-sport freak.
Yeah.
He could do anything back in the day.
He did.
Anything.
I agree.
Did do everything.
Never got in trouble. Great image.
That's another thing about LeBron that I always love compared. Like, you know what I mean? Like the image, man. You know.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate everything you've done for us as a community. But we're on to our final segment of the day, guys. Your last hits.
Let me start this one off.
Jarrell, who you like to pass off to?
I'm going to pass off to Randy Johnson. Back on August 8th, 1997, 20 years ago, he improved to 16-3 by throwing a complete game, 19 strikeout against Frank Thomas and the White Sox. Not only that, but the 2 through 5 hitters, the best part of the lineup, finished 0 for 15 and struck out 14 times. Growing up as a baseball player, as a lefty pitcher, Randy Johnson is everything you wanted to be. He's intimidating. He got the meanest fastball. He killed a bird with a fastball. Blew it up. Right on home plate. Randy Johnson, you're getting my last hit. I remember this day. I was 8 years old. Great dominance.
Patrick?
I'm going to give my last hit to the 76ers rookies. There was a poll recently that had Lonzo Ball projected as the Rookie of the Year this year, Dennis Smith at number 2, and then Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz. I completely disagree because I got news for you. The Rookie of the Year will be from the Philadelphia 76ers, whether it's Ben Simmons or Markelle Fultz. Ben Simmons coming back from injury this year. Sky's the limit. His upside's way higher than Lonzo's to me as a point guard, just because of that size, the size and what he can do that Lonzo can't do.
Yeah. He's a freak.
Yeah, and him playing point guard, controlling the ball. Fultz maybe not get as many touches because of everything we have, but what he's going to do. And if he comes out and he starts averaging 20, 25 a game.
Denzel, who would you like to give your last hit of the day to?
I'm going to have to give my last hit of the day to the Timberwolves owner, Glenn Taylor. He recently came out and said that he wanted to have a sit-down with Andrew Wiggins before he actually threw the money at him. And in a league where you can throw money at players now, I personally appreciate what he wants to do.
Yep.
Because, I mean, Andrew Wiggins is a great player, but has he lived up to his max potential?
Not at all.
And with the owner acting like that, to me, I think he really truly sees the potential in his team, and he wants Andrew to be a part of it. And he wants Andrew to want to be a part of it, and he wants him to be want to be the best player. That's a part of it, because no offense to Jimmy Butler, no offense to Jimmy Butler, he's 27. Andrew Wiggins is like 22, 21. He won, what?
Or Cat.
Or Cat, exactly. Yeah, Cat, obviously, but I mean, in a league, in a dominant small forward league, Andrew Wiggins has to step up a lot. So, like, to me, what he did is not a shot at Andrew Wiggins saying, man, we don't want you, we don't think that you're good. It's him saying, I want you to be the best that you can be, and I want you to want to be the best you can be so we can be the best team. And I understand it, and I appreciate it.
There you have it. That was everyone's last hit for the day. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll catch you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same faces. Peace.